In this short video, we're going to learn how to derive an input demand curve when we're in the short run. So let's imagine that Loaf and Behold is a local bakery that produces bread. They operate with their production function 9L times K plus K, where, as usual, L is hours of labor hired and K is hours of capital. The price of labor is W and the price of capital is R. The bakery is currently operating in the short run, and as a result, their labor is fixed at 1 unit. What are we trying to solve? Well, assuming that we have an interior solution, we want to determine Loaf and Behold's short-run demand for capital. We cannot find the demand for labor because labor is fixed at 1, so it's just demand for capital. What do we need to know to solve this question? We just need the production function as well as the amount of the fixed input. How are we going to solve this question? Just like a short-run cost minimization problem, except we might not have specific values for wage, rent, or the output goal. Like in this case, we do not have any of those values, and as a result, our short-run demand for capital could depend on one or all of them. Let's see how simple it is to solve this problem. Here's what we know. We have our production function, 9L times K plus K, and we have our fixed amount of labor, L is equal to 1. Our goal is to find the short-run demand for capital. In order to find the short-run demand for capital, we really have two conditions that have to be met. First, we have to meet our unspecified output goal, which I'm going to write as 9L times K plus K equals Q. So the distinction between this and a question where we would actually be solving for capital, a numerical value of capital, is we do not have a specified production goal. Instead, we have a Q, which is some unspecified exogenous value. So we need to be achieving our output goal of Q. We can consider this an isoquant condition, or if you prefer, you can call it a production constraint. There's a second constraint to this question coming from the fact that we're in the short run, and that constraint is that labor is fixed at 1. So in order to solve for the short-run demand for capital, what we're going to do is we're going to substitute 2, our short-run constraint, into 1, our isoquant condition, and then solve for K. And K will depend on Q, the unspecified output goal. So filling in what we know, we have 9 times 1 times K plus K is equal to Q. Well, that's 9K plus K, which is 10K, is equal to Q. Solving for K, I get K is equal to Q over 10. So that's as simple as it gets. We've solved for K star, which is the short-run demand curve for capital. Notice that K star depends on Q, the unspecified exogenous variable, our output goal.